Good morning, you guys. It is 11:30 and I've actually been up since about 10 because I had a very quick business call with Gymshark about some plans that are coming up. But I told you guys that I was going to take you guys, maybe not necessarily through a full day of eating, but show you guys some of the things that I eat on my high carb day, moderate carb days, and my low carb days. So in the last video, it was a low carb day, and I understand you guys didn't really see much of what I ate because that was just not really a day of eating. But today is a moderate carb day. I'm not going to call this a full day of eating, but I will sporadically show you guys some of the things that I do choose to snack on throughout the day. I got a comment from somebody saying basically that a low carb diet is basically not realistic for somebody trying to maintain a regular day-to-day diet, that, you know, obviously it's not going to be the absolute best for your gains. And I want to make it clear that I am carb cycling for fat loss. For the last 4 weeks, I do not practice carb cycling on a regular basis. This is strictly to finish off a cut. Okay, so I only have 2 low carb days, 3 moderate carb days, and 2 high carb days. So it's not like I'm not eating carbs ever. You guys just happen to see me on a day where I had 60 grams of fat and 80 grams of carbs. Today, it's been bumped up for my moderate carb day, for my OHP and my bench press days. It is instead 44 grams of fat and 120 grams of carbs, and then 110 grams of protein. And then from there, on my high carb days, for my deadlifts and squat days when I'm putting forth the most effort, my macros are then 30 grams of fat and 170 grams of carbs. All of these calories end up staying the same. It's just a different macro ratio. If any of you guys were curious about that, this is just what I'm doing for the last 4 weeks. I still am getting carbs. Once this cut is over, yes, I probably will go back to a low fat, high carb plan, because that is when I feel the absolute best. Like, I would say my macros, if everything is working in my favor, my macros will be around like 40 to 50 grams of fat to like 200, 225 grams of carbs and like 120 grams of protein. That's like the perfect amount of food for me. Hopefully that little bit of information helped you guys, because I don't want anyone thinking that this is what I do on a regular basis. So that's what I got going on. Today is a moderate carb day, 44 grams of fat, 120 grams of carbs. Another question someone asked really quick is, do fats obviously increase on your low carb day? And yes, I'm not going to put it towards protein, I'm going to put it towards fat. It's going to help me a lot when it comes to my hormones and overall feeling full. But it's actually kind of beneficial on low carb days. I actually don't hate them because I get to eat more high fat foods. Like, my meats have more fat in them. I get to eat more peanuts, avocado, whole eggs, things like that. That is my little update for you guys on carb cycling. So obviously on the higher carb days, my fats are decreased. It's all pretty self-explanatory and obvious once you really look at it, but I have done enough rambling. Thank you so much for listening to that. I'm doing my usual morning shake, which is the EHP Labs Oxyway in Mocha, my absolute favorite. I don't have strawberry milkshake here. I need to have that sent over, but right now this has been my favorite anyway, so I do not mind taking this on a regular basis. So that is what I'm gonna take for my shake. Got my usual pre-workout snack, same thing as last time, the Nature Valley oats and honey and some coconut water. So far today I have had a scoop of protein powder. I'm now gonna have this granola bar and then the coconut water, which I know isn't much, but as I told you guys, I like to hoard my calories, especially if I know I'm gonna be up late. So that is what I'm eating right now. I'll check in with you guys in a bit. I literally have no idea what's going on. No idea what's going on. So guys, this is my poverty lunch dinner. I basically just have a garden salad, so it has like bell pepper, tomato, cucumber, and lettuce, and some chopped onions. And then I have some whole wheat toast with lettuce, tomato, onions, and 2 pieces of chicken breast. And I'm just gonna use some of the ketchup, and I'm gonna dig in. And then I also got a Diet Pepsi. Saddest meal ever, but you know, take what you can get. That looks really good.
It does.
That looks even better.
Oh my god.
It's currently 2 o'clock in the morning. After I finished eating lunch, me and my friends ended up going to see a movie called High Rise, which was interesting. If you've seen High Rise and you have an opinion on it, please feel free to comment on that below. But we watched it at the TIFF movie theater, and I can safely say it triggered my anxiety like crazy. I don't do really well watching like extreme action movies and stuff, or like gory stuff. It just makes me super uncomfortable. So I can't say that I was a huge fan of that movie. But yeah, we ended up doing that. They went out for drinks. I didn't drink because hashtag dedicated to this cut, just very dedicated to taking this seriously and getting it over with for these last 4 weeks. And I'm gonna show you guys after this little chit chat what I'm going to eat to conclude my macros for the night for this moderate carb day. But aside from that, I have been getting tons and tons and tons of Snapchats about having a positive mindset when you're just not feeling it. And with this, it's been specifically towards going to the gym, like how to get motivated to go to the gym when you're just not feeling it. So I'm gonna just give you guys a quick little pep talk, things that I've been doing to really help myself and kick myself in the ass. So, as many of you guys know, I am cutting right now. I am also following a strength program, which I feel calls for a lot of energy. People seem to have this idea that strength training is easier, like on your energy, than bodybuilding, but I would say it is very, very intense. It is incredibly taxing on the body. You need longer rest periods because it's these like heavy compound movements, and then you usually follow up with bodybuilding. So imagine doing a bodybuilding workout, but before that, doing 5 sets of 5 with like 70% of your max. It is absolutely draining. So the way that I'm gonna, correlate this all is that I have been going through this myself. My mindset in the gym, honestly, for the last 2 to 3 weeks has been garbage. I was really, really let down because I got sick my first week here, and I was frustrated because I felt like I was getting sick non-stop. With all of the travel, my body just wasn't used to it. My immune system went into shock, and that caused me to get sick pretty much every single month. So it was a total letdown. I wasn't able to train for that whole week, and then coming back, it was like, you don't lose all of your strength in a week, but obviously when you come back the next week, you have to do a lighter load because you're just trying to acclimate your body again to being in the gym. So there was that. So now it's just been kind of like a slow build up to hopefully getting some PRs in the gym within the next few weeks. So I've been super hard on myself because I'm like, my strength is gone, everything feels so difficult, and I just end up complaining so much when I'm at the gym, and it just makes me usually end up leaving there not satisfied with my workout. Basically, instead of making this about how to be motivated for the gym, I truly think that motivation has to come within yourself. No one is gonna teach you to be motivated. If you wanna train, if you wanna get fit, if you wanna get stronger, if you wanna lose weight, if you wanna gain muscle, that needs to come from within you. No one is gonna say something that's gonna magically make you think like, oh, I suddenly want this. This has to be within yourself. You don't want it, then you gotta push yourself to want it. That's all I could really say in terms of staying motivated. You can totally find inspiration through other people, but it's all about the flame within yourself. How many times did I say within yourself? But what I mainly want to talk about is just the idea of going into the gym with a positive mindset. Let's forget about, all of the negativity that you went through that day, how exhausted you were, all of that. Let's talk about you being in the gym and making sure that you are in a positive mindset. Because I can tell you right now that lifting is all mental. So obviously a lot of it is going to come from the strength and the time that you put in, but you can pretty much determine how your training is gonna go that day based off of how you walk into the gym. For myself, I realized I was the most negative and my workouts were the most garbage when I wasn't listening to any music, I was overanalyzing my lifts, I was taking way too long of rests in between each set, I was socializing too much and kind of getting off of my like mojo jojo of just trying to stay in tune and focus. And I actually noticed that today I went into the gym, I put my headphones in, and I played honestly the same 2 to 3 songs on repeat for each set that I knew would get me hyped up, and I really didn't talk to anybody. I cut my rest periods in half, I made sure that I had enough to eat before I went to the gym, and it made the world of a difference. Just staying focused, not overanalyzing each lift, which is a huge thing. If your set feels too heavy, you're suddenly like, oh my god, this whole day is gonna go to garbage, like I'm not gonna be able to train well, I'm feeling super weak, and then you just get stuck in your head. And then from there, your next set of 5 is gonna feel like the grindiest set of squats or deadlifts or bench or whatever it is than it has ever felt in your life. So you just have to turn off negative thinking for the time being. Get in the zone, do something that you think will get you hyped up. I know a lot of people that will jump around to kind of get their heart rate going. I know people that will just throw on their headphones. Some people don't even need their headphones and they just are able to zone in on the bar. One of my friends is actually saying when he's not feeling it, he'll just put his hands on the bar, feel the bar, think about the lift, and then he'll jump right in. So there's all these different things that can be done, or all these different mind games that you can play with yourself in order to stay positive. But I do think that it is something that everybody deals with, and there are gonna be days where maybe none of these techniques are gonna work, but it's still up to you to make the most out of that lifting session. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I know how frustrating it can be, and for myself especially, as I'm approaching the last few weeks of this cut, there are definitely days where I just cannot get into my training, but I do my best to knock it out, and next thing you know, the endorphins come rushing through. I just get more and more into it, and I'm feeling the workout, and next thing you know, I'm becoming more and more positive as I train. I really, really hope that helped you guys. If you have any questions about this, or maybe like any other topics that you want me to address like this, please be sure to comment that below, and make sure to like the video if you enjoy these, quick little rant/topic discussions, because I think that they could be very, very helpful. I'm gonna go eat the last of my macros, and I'll show you that now. I am pretty much just picking healthier options, but also things that will just be easy for me to eat and then crash. So I have a ton of fats left. I honestly hoarded them until the end of the day because I'm still actually adjusting to having more than 30 to 40 grams of fat. I generally choose low fat options for everything just as a habit. I'm going to have 30 grams of some roasted and salted peanuts. The macros for 30 grams I think is like 15 grams of fat and maybe like 7 grams of carbs. And something I forgot about because I never get to have it anymore because usually it just doesn't work with my fats is some peanut butter, smooth peanut butter. I'm not a chunky peanut butter lover. I always go for smooth, and so I'm gonna have 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. And for those of you that are on a low-fat diet and are looking for that peanut butter flavor without obviously the fats, there is PB2, which basically is powdered peanut butter that you stir up and create your own consistency for peanut butter, and it honestly tastes like the same thing. It's not maybe as sweet, but it will suffice for someone who loves peanut butter and wants that peanut butter flavor because it is obviously peanut butter just with water mixed in. And then I'm probably going to do about 150 to 200 grams of egg whites, and I'll probably just add some of this taco seasoning and a little bit of like extra lean smoked turkey, like make a little scramble out of that. Guys, I'm gonna end the video off here. I hope that you enjoyed watching the video, and if you did, please be sure to show your support and like the video. If you're not already subscribed, you should probably do that. I'm uploading videos, it's a cool thing, and people stick around. So anyway, I love you guys to have some pieces, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.